Welcome everyone to an awesome showdown between myself as Nurgle, fighting up against a rubber duck of war as the Tzeentch. So we are going to be playing on Broken Leg Gully, which is quite a nice map indeed. We are going to have capture point 3 in the advantage for me. Point 2 is going to be pretty even, and capture point 1 here is going to be in the favour for a rubber duck. In the front for his forces, we are going to have the blue boys, the Forsaken of Tzeentch. Good armor here at 85. Do actually have magic damage, which is really good up against all those demons, and 40% spell resistance. In the back, we are going to have the triple blue horrors, these bad boys here, with the fire and magic damage, also including those missiles, making them a bit of a nuisance indeed. In the sky for the tank, we are going to have the Doom Knights of Tzeentch, 100 armor, 105 speed, making them very good here around the battlefield. In the sky, we are going to have the Big Chicken, so we are going to have the Exalted Lord of Change here for the Metal Magic, Greater Arcane Conduit, Plurality, as well as Final Transmutation, Searing Doom, and the double Chaos Fury Summon. An extra unit of the Chaos Furies on the right, here with that magic damage to get in and do all the dirty work. So for myself, we are going to have the double Plague Toads coming in with the Toadjitsu. These bad boys, 59 speed, yeah, pretty good here for Nurgle indeed. 5 units of Forsaken as well, they're going to be pretty mobile, 42 speed, and also here with poison damage. There's going to be 5 of these across the line. For my Lord Choice, we are going to have the Herald of Nurgle, and he's going to be on a mount called a Palanquin, or I believe that's roughly how it's said. 80 armor here, also with the abilities of Arcane Conduit, the Children of Nurgle, Miasma of Pestilence, and Stream of Corruption as the spells, and the ability which is going to be the Locus of Fecundity. I believe that's how that's pronounced. So I'm going to be coming forward here. A bit of a rush for myself. I need to make sure I get into the face of Tzeentch and make sure we can't be using all those missiles here. The blue horrors, they won't do too much work here up against Forsaken, they'll do a lot of work there up against my Nurglings and some of the lightly armoured infantry that I can get on the point to help capture. So I want to get in, make sure I get some battlefield control here up against one of the fastest factions in the game. Doom Knights with 105 speed, 110 here for the Chaos Furies. They could really get across the battlefield nice and quickly. Now I do have a flying force myself and it can be utilised, but Tzeentch can certainly challenge me there for sure. So I decided here to go for a bit of an infantry push with some nice cavalry, sort of war beasts here on the flank. These bad boys are going to be going forward. Inside Darky is going to be moving the Doom Knights here up against my Plague Toads. They don't have much armor piercing, also they're going to be anti-infantry. I believe, yeah, these do count as large here, the Doom Knights. So it's going to be a bit of a problem. It's going to be a bit of a large on large fight, and, you know, those shields are certainly very handy here for Tzeentch. We can see coming over the top as well, Chaos Furies, they're going to be charging probably to help as well, but we do have pretty close here the Forsaken. We get those in, they've got some pretty good weapon strength, they could rip apart the Doom Knights with some, certainly more efficacy here than the Plague Toads. So Plague Toads on the right hand side, I'm sure we'll be seeing those coming down pretty shortly, but here in the sky we are going to be having the Exalted Lord of Change. He's going to be getting around, maybe seeing if we get maybe a Final Transmutation, maybe a Searing Doom or two, just to wither down some of this infantry. So charging in the front here, we are going to have Forsaken going up against Forsaken, Nurgle up against Tzeentch, and they're going to charge into little big slams here, shields all over the place. I'm pretty sure here, oh look at the shield, it's already gone, absolutely ripping each other apart here as we dive forward with the Forsaken. They're going to be putting the pressure on the blue horrors here in the back. We also have some Plague Toads doing some of that Toadjitsu in the back. They're going to be doing all the good work. They're going to get backed up here by the Doom Knights and some more Forsaken. They're going to be charging in, just compromising the ranged tools. Searing Doom here going down on my Forsaken. Lovely work there from Ducky, really trying to wither down that infantry. Also using the Chaos Furies. More of those Forsaken coming around the corner. And no spell. Also, we are going to get some summons here. So Forsaken coming out with more blue horrors. Maybe to put a bit of pressure here on point 1. And we can see some of my Forsaken did push through here to put some pressure on the blue horrors. So we're going to be winning there at the top. Going to be roughly winning here in the middle as well. Got a little bit more battlefield control here than my opponent. And that's going to be pretty good so far. That's going to allow me here to spawn a unit of Nurglings on point 3. Get a bit of map field control there on that spawn point. And I'm going to get a summon here of the Cultist of Nurgle. So the bad boy here on the floor, I've actually put him on horseback. Going to make him a little bit tankier, but he also still comes with armor sundering, quite nice here as well. But he also has regen, and most importantly, the Gate of Nurgle, coming here for the summon of the Plague Bearers. Want to get him forward on the point and get the summon, so we can get behind and keep pushing off these blue horrors. Another cultist here has been summoned to the battlefield, so 2 here, 900 gold cost each. But the mobility is so nice. Get these bad boys forward, get those summons in. You can see those Plague Bearers, they're going to be able to help out nice here. In the middle, the Herald of Nurgle still going to be going strong. This bad boy is actually far much more tanky than people give him justification for. Over the right hand side we can see the blue horrors. They're going to be falling here to pressure of the Forsaken. Charging down here with the Doom Knights. I think they're going to get a bit of pressure on the point. And it looks like I am going to be capturing. Over here, Nurgle's getting the good old capture as well. And over on the left-hand side, yeah, pressure's going to be relatively even. It's going to be more on here for Ducky. Coming in with the Plague Toads as well. I'm going to get the Plague Toads round the side and then into the back up against the Blue Horrors. So you can see 2 points for myself here, and then also going to be challenging quite nicely here at the top left. We do actually see the Cultists charging in as well. So I'm going to take a small ticket lead, nothing too much. 1.4k here left in my reserves. Not too sure what we're waiting for, but looks like we do have some Forsaken at the back here. Could probably do with taking these off the battlefield. But on the point, only one unit of Nurglings. Got to be careful here. Doom Knights coming over. They can't capture, but they certainly can remove them and allow anything else here to get some pressure. So 1, 2, 3 units here of the Forsaken. An extra unit of the Summon of the Plague Bearers and the Herald. Going to be on point 2. And it's going to be quite some good pressure here on point 1. So we are going to have some Screamers summoned by Ducky, pushing here up against the Cultist of Nurgle. And we do get the Armor Sundering effect here from the Cultist, and that can be really helpful here up against the Forsaken. They do have good weapon strength, but they do suffer here when it comes down to armor piercing. In the back, we are going to be shooting in, but Pleasure here and the summon of the Plague Bearers. They were charging in, trying to see if we can compromise. A little bit slow there for me, but we are going to be moving in. So 2 units of the Forsaken on the point. I'm going to be pushing them right to the edge, and then, just making sure we keep this capture point. Plague Toads coming forward here to support my Nurglings, just in case Ducky had any ideas of overwhelming on that right-hand flank. And here we go, we have more of the Pox Riders. Oh, very nice. These bad boys are going to be a little bit stronger than the normal Toads. This is true Toadjitsu at its best here with Riders. These bad boys, 64 anti-infantry poison magic damage, good physical resistance, brilliant stats as well. 37 melee defense. Yeah, it's pretty damn good indeed. So it looks like here we are going to get the Stream of Corruption down the line here for the Forsaken. I did that there just so we can remove the shield and give us a bit more of an even fight there for our Forsaken. They're going to be poisoning, getting in, doing all the good damage, but we do get a gorgeous recharge, but I do counter it there with my Miasma of Pestilence. Negative charge bonus, negative speed as well. That's going to help mitigate all the damage here up against more Forsaken. Moving in here with the Palanquin, the bad boy's going to get in and probably butter a little bit of the bread here of the Doom Knights. And then another rear charge here from the Exalted Lord. He's doing some good work there in the middle. I push forward here with my Forsaken, blocking out 1, 2, 3 units of the Blue Horrors. Just trying to give myself as much time as possible to get some reinforcements to the middle. Starting here with the Spawn of Nurgle, charging in with more mass here with the Plague Toads. More Plague Toads come around on the right, Silver Chevron there as well, and the Nurglings are going to move forward into the middle. Over here on the left, we can see Ducky still in control, Blue Horror shooting over the top, double Cultists, and also the Pox Riders going to be fighting up against Forsaken, and also the Chaos Furies. So, as you can see, look how much, only half of the units going to be on. That's going to be enough capture weight here to keep point 1 up against all of my infantry and the double Cultists. So I charge one forward just to blockade here and prevent fire, hopefully, from the Blue Horrors, and then, just trying to make sure I can compromise as much as possible. On the point, Forsaken of Tzeentch, going to be trying to take it, but we are going to move on here with the Spawn and also the Plague Toads. In the front here, we do have the Palanquin. He's super hard to snipe. 80 armor makes him pretty tanky indeed, and he has so much availability for healing. Over here on the right, Plague Toads alongside Nurglings here, just kind of helping each other fight up against the Doom Knights and some Furies. Ducky is going to be summoning a lot of Air Force just to get that mobility going forward, and then behind it, summoning some Forsaken and some of the Blue Horrors for capture bonuses. In the middle here, we are going to be seeing, I believe that one's going to be a final transmutation going down on the Spawn, catching also here up against the Plague Toads. We're also going to get a Searing Doom just to try and see if we can damage as many of the Toads as possible. So for myself, we get an extra unit of the Spawn of Nurgle. 42 speed makes them pretty damn quick here for Nurgle, and we are going to be getting yet again another nice stream here coming through the Forsaken. Bit of a mistake there for myself, of course. There's nothing to get on top of the Forsaken. You can see they didn't actually take any real damage, and those shields will return. Probably should have saved it here for the Blue Horrors that don't have any shields. At the top, we do see Blue Horrors fighting here, still up against the Cultists and these Pox Riders. You can see the Pox Riders still super healthy. That melee defense can really help indeed. On the floor, more Spawn, backed up here by Forsaken of Nurgle charging through. There's been no pressure on the right-hand side here from Ducky. He certainly does have the mobility advantage. But here you can see he's really pushing hard for the middle. It looks like we are going to be slowly capturing here with Ducky. The Blue Horrors coming onto the point, giving that capture weight, which is going to be very nice indeed. Furies are pushing forward, same here as the Doom Knights, just to pin off my Spawn of Nurgle and just stop the extra infantry from getting to the point. Still going to be capturing point 1 here with Ducky. He's still going to be holding that quite nicely. The Blue Horror is just going to be enough capture weight here to push it over. But in the middle, Ducky is seriously capturing the middle. It's getting pretty dangerous here for me. I actually accidentally do get the spawn of Nurgle. Well, I think actually maybe on purpose I get them out here. I think we're going to be losing the middle, so I do rotate them over here to point 1. But they are going to be getting shot by the blue horrors, which is pretty devastating for me. Only 10 armor there for the spawn. In the middle, you can see here the Palanquin still going pretty strong. The Herald of Nurgle going to be fighting up against the Exalted Lord. He still has 400 armor piercing weapon strength, so he can do some nice damage indeed. And Exalted Lord still has 50 melee defense, so he can hold quite nicely. 61 though for the Herald. Very nice indeed. So Spawn moving in, they're going to be dumpstering here up against the Blue Horrors. Just constant pressure of infantry here. More Forsaken coming in, more Forsaken, and then some Nurglings for a bit of extra capture weight. So just going to be 85 armor, just really fast Spawn that are unbreakable. Over the top, still going to be fighting here. 2 units of the Blue Horrors going to be challenging up against the Pox Riders and the Double Cultists. And yeah, it's been pretty nice here on point 1, just to keep Ducky busy there at the top. Stream of Corruption down the line here, catching up 2 units of the Blue Horrors. Maybe 3 now. They're going to be withering away pretty quickly due to their leadership. Negative 53 is going to be very strong indeed. And negative 27. So they're just going to be quickly dying there over time. I'm now going to be having enough on the capture here to obtain it. And it's like it is going to be a summon here of the triple effect ability. So Tzeentch coming in with this lovely aura of fire down on the Forsaken of Nurgle, bringing it down to half health, actually below half health, down to quarter health. Fantastic stuff there from Ducky, a really good spell indeed, just withering my Forsaken of Nurgle. So the double of the Spawn of Nurgle now going to be charging over to the Forsaken of Tzeentch, charging in with the Herald as well. Maybe trying to see if we get a bit of healing in here as well. We're going to be getting that melee defense thanks to the Cloud of Flies. Charging looks like more Plague Toads here with an increased amount of Nurglings. Just really trying to push this capture point. It looks like here I am going to be very slowly capturing it. It looks like maybe here we are going to be getting another Searing Doom. Bit hard to say here. Maybe a bit of armor sundering coming on the Herald of Nurgle here. Maybe the other ability. Not too sure what that was there, but we are going to be seeing Forsaken in the middle. They are going to be holding, but I don't think these Forsaken or the Blue Horrors are going to be able to get there in time. It's like I'm going to be pushing on the point a little bit quicker. We do get the returning of these Forsaken. That should be enough to tip the balance of power with these Tojitsu to get on and do all the good work. So it looks like there, is it going to be in my favour? Tzeentch is just clinging on, and there we go, I take it. So now it's going to be 10 points here. Pretty close game, 3,300 to 2.7k. And you can see it's fluttering in the middle here. Still, more Forsaken have been summoned. Armor Sundering, which is really nice here for the Cultists. One does break, and the second here, but they've been fighting almost the entire game up here, causing an absolute nightmare for Ducky. Now on the right hand side, we are going to see 2 units of the Blue Horrors summoned. Maybe seeing a bit more pressure here towards point 3. I do have some Nurglings coming forward just to counteract the Blue Horror summon. But here we have just a lot of infantry. So much mobility coming forward here. Now we have some Nurglings for the capture weight. Maybe I'll push them a little bit far forward. Perhaps it might have been worth just to keep them back a little bit. Just use them as capture weight. Of course, they've only got, well, 0 armor. So they're not going to be too well there on the point. Some more summons here. Looks like it's just going to be mass Nurglings from me at this point. Don't have too much money here going forward. It's not going to be too much of those supplies. Ducky does eventually get the win here. We are going to be losing both of the Cultists. One's actually going to be in the trees, ready to return. He actually has regen as well, which is super nice. So he's just going to be healing in the trees. I'm just going to be waiting here for capture point 1. Now, it looks like we have 2 units of the Nurglings are on the top right here at point 3. Ducky's going to come down with the Blue Horrors instead of pushing onto the top. So, of course, I'm going to push with 1 there. And, yeah, they would have took a lot of damage, but at the same time, just compromising these Blue Horrors is all I need to do. In the middle, dropping back with the Blue Horrors, they are going to be engaged in melee, so they're not going to be able to shoot here too much. Forsaken taking quite a bit of damage here so far. And now Blue Horrors are going to get some sort of fire over the top. The Spawn just going to be 1 left. And it looks like not too much over here on the right either. So yeah, it's going to be 3 models there at 540. Pushing forward, more Forsaken, Blue Horrors over the top as well. Really nice combination from Ducky. Of course, you get the heavily armored boys charging forward, and then you get the shots over the top from the Blue Horrors, and then they kind of come in with a bit of an extra charge. Capture weight here is going to be favouring Ducky. It's going to be going into his favour. A super close game. It's going to be 4,500 to 3.2k. Probably wants to be starting getting these Forsaken around the corner into the middle, but he is going to be capturing. If he gets this, there's no reason he can't get point 3. I'm moving down some of my Nurglings to rear charge here up against the Blue Horrors. These now going to be at Silver Chevron. Very strong indeed. More Nurglings on the point is going to help slow down the capture from Duck, just giving me more points here as we're going forward. In the front, my Herald of Nurgle still going here on this Palanquin. He's going to be 4,800 HP still. Ducky's actually got involved here with the Exalted Lord of Change. He's going to be down to about 5,500. So only taking a little bit of damage. Those shields, of course, super helpful indeed. Nurgle's on, but we do unfortunately heal the Nurgle. It's still not going to be enough. We do move on here with some Pox Riders, so we should be able to get a little bit of mobility and a little bit more tank here in the middle. 1,000 gold cost for these bad boys for extra melee defense and melee attack. So we can see here the Forsaken charging forward. I'm going to be pushing forward with the Nurglings, just buying myself some time here, just to make sure I can keep these points coming in. 4,845, and that's pretty much there going to be the win. So with 100 points away, as long as I can't capture it here, you see Ducky spawning 2 units of the Furies. He just wants to prevent here the Ninja Toads from getting forward onto the point, but luckily here I had enough mobility with the infantry and the Toadjitsu to get onto the point and do all the bad work. But GG's well played here to my opponent. We tried it at first with an Air Force. It didn't go very well. We then tried it here with a bit more of an infantry push, and it worked quite nicely. And then the other day, I think maybe yesterday it was actually, I played up against Turin. He brought a Nurgle Air Force here with actually the Herald of Nurgle on his flying mount, and that did really nice indeed. So 2,100 for the Metal Caster, with 830 there for the Doom Knights, 1,400 for the Forsaken of Tzeentch, with 580 for the Chaos Furies, 636, 630, 1,150 there for the Blue Horror, showing just how good they really are. We didn't see a second Doom Knight. We didn't actually see any Chaos Knights either, but we saw 2,100 for the Forsaken, 885, and 1,455. 600 for the last unit. Didn't see any Flamers, but only 224 there for the Screamers. No pink horrors here today, 204 for the Chaos Furies of Tzeentch, and 1,081, 860 here for the Blue Horrors. Yeah, they're very strong up against Nurgle for sure. 197 kills, 1,336 there for my Herald of Nurgle. So, yeah, very nice performance from him, and he didn't die either. He's just so hard to kill. 80 armor plus that triple healing effect is super nice indeed. 484 there. 101, 1,400, 980, and 1,470 for my 5 units of Forsaken. 528 and 252 there for the Plague Toads. 507, 656 there for the Cultists of Nurgle, plus the double summons. And 191 kills, 1,100 for the Pox Riders. 710, 777 for the double spawns of Nurgle, with 950 for the Plague Toads. 330, 300, 137 and 106 there for the Nurglings, making quite a nice mobile force indeed. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, of course, please leave a big juicy thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. And also drop a comment down below. I'd love to know all your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, do feel free to subscribe to the channel. It really does help. And also check out that description. You can see all my other social media platforms, including Twitch, and most importantly, that upgraded Discord. There's going to be loads going on there, and certainly some more updates to come in the very near future. Other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourself during these times, and I'll see you all very, very soon.